last day with this view. Spring trading finale for the D-backs hosting the Padres. D&D-back stands for defense. Gabby Moreno, Ketel Marte on the rundown. How about this sweet regular season ready? Double play, Eugenio Suarez, Marte, Josh Naylor. Gino wasn't done yet. Look at him pull off this sweet barehanded throw. Got you out at first base, no problem. Okay, final spring start for Brandon Pfaadt. 3 2/3. Gave up 6 hits, 4 runs. Here's the power, though, right? Ketel Marte. See you, buddy. Hitting near 400 this spring. His first home run of the spring in the final game. Good timing. D-backs and Padres in a 5-5 tie. D-backs got the Guardians at Chase Field tomorrow night. Lena, here's the rotation. Here we go.
Give it to me.
All names we could have said months ago, right? But the order, a little funky, right? Zach Gallen, of course, we all know that gets the ball opening day, followed by Merrill Kelly, Brandon Pfaadt, Eduardo Rodriguez. And look at that. The D-backs' new $210 million arm, Corbin Burnes, is slotted to be the 5th starter. So, Torey, how did that happen?
This was probably a technical error on my part. I'll take the responsibility for that. Corbin is a very routine-oriented player, and I've yet to understand that until recently. And he's got a process, and I respect that, and I blame myself for not getting to know him, how important the routine in the days, hour by hour, minute by minute, and second by second. He is elite. We had to make an adjustment that he wasn't going to start opening day. We had to recalibrate and get him on the right routine. Corbin is that important to me in this organization that I wanted to listen to him.
Lynn, I got some thoughts on that. Hold on one second. Here's the bullpen, all right?
Okay.
Jordan Montgomery, Ryan Nelson will start the year in the bullpen. I don't think that's a surprise, right? I think it's still a surprise Monty is still on the roster. Good options to have if one of the top 5 starters go down with injury, right? 2 long guys in the bullpen. The only bullpen spot that is yet to be determined, Bryce Jarvis or Shelby Miller. Miller's had a fantastic spring since joining the team. Torey Lovullo said earlier this spring he won't have a specific closer to start the year, but he's hoping somebody will emerge as kind of the season progresses. Lena, it's looking like whatever the situation kind of goes for, they'll start with somebody opening night and just kind of go from there.
You have to evolve and adapt. We know that the rotation suffered some hits last year. Erod wasn't available, so
Merrill Kelly was
making
everybody.
Absolutely. So I think Jarvis is another guy that people are interested in seeing and what he can do. And he might have flown onto the radar in spring, but I think the rotation is one of the best in baseball. So what's there to worry about, right?
Coming back from injury, Bryce Jarvis would be great to see on the mound too as well. I'll say this: it sounds like Corbin Burnes thought he was going to start opening day.
Well, yes, he was the big offseason signing for $200 million.
If all of a sudden they're pivoting here now after that decision, that just to me what it sounds like is that he thought he was going to get the ball opening day. And when he didn't get the ball on opening day, it was like, okay, now we got to change some things in my routine. He is a very detail-oriented guy. I do like the fact that he's going to round out that rotation. Then it kind of starts over week 2 of the season.
Sure.
That game 1 against the Yankees on Tuesdays when he's expected to be on the mound. So then you got your 5 guys rolling just like that. Then it kind of lines up how you think it would line up. But that was interesting. A technical error. I don't think we've heard that before.
As long as there's no bullpen by committee situation like we saw in the back end of that 2023 season,
this
I
team
think
can
we'll
win
be
the
in
World
good shape.
Series. Yeah.
All right, put it in the books. All right, today was likely the last time many of Diamondbacks regulars will take the field, right? The next time we'll see them is on opening day. Corbin Carroll sure looks ready. He hit 4 homers in 14 games this spring. Instant validation on the adjustments he made this offseason. Carroll sitting down with our own Jake Garcia in our Sunday conversation.
After a season of searching, an emphatic statement this spring. Corbin Carroll hasn't just found it. He might be better than ever. A new swing and a renewed nickname. Corbin Barrels is ready for year 3.
Results are always, a positive when you see them right away in spring training. It's definitely not always the case.
Results are the reward after an offseason where he didn't sleep. Day 1 of spring training.
If it was a Monday through Saturday, then probably.
Carroll confirmed he was at the facility on Christmas Eve. He had found a feeling.
Trying to have my hands a little lower to get them to stay higher a little longer.
And didn't want it to be fleeting.
It was kind of a pattern, a movement pattern that I'd done when I was younger, and just tried it, and I've liked it so far.
The semblance is striking, the Carroll of now and the Carroll of high school. But the goal wasn't to repeat the past, it was to remember it and redefine what's possible.
The second half of last year, I had a different hitting philosophy than I have now.
How would you describe where your hitting philosophy is at?
I think it's a little bit more biomechanically savvy. I've got a better understanding of some thresholds in which I want to stay between.
Carroll now views his swing as a science. His manager said the biology he cares about is in his brain.
We've all been there where nothing works and you want to cry.
Torey Lovullo said while he didn't see tears, he knew last year's struggles were tearing up his star player.
And he's caught looking at strike 3.
I know there were some sleepless nights. I could tell when he walked into the ballpark how frustrated he was.
But Carroll's commitment to his craft dug him out of the hole. Lovullo said maybe the slump was a blessing.
Everything that I already assumed and I saw, it was just amplified. Times infinity.
It's a search that Carroll calls the pursuit of perfection.
I'm allowed to chase being the best version of myself.
Maybe the tinkering led him lost, but for now, he's found the sweet spot.
Definitely not always the easiest path, but I think it's a very rewarding path.
In Scottsdale, Jake Garcia, 12 Sports.
Thanks, Jake. Speaking of the D-backs, we got a ton of coverage coming up on opening day Thursday, including a special hour-long D-backs on deck live from Chase Field at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Exclusive interviews and stories you'll see only on 12 Sports. D-backs on deck, 3 p.m. Thursday, only on 12 News.